Thank you. It now falls on myself and Dr. Nalukwago to invite responses from the panel. And Honorable Chagulanyi, for your benefit, the questions revolve around, I will not restate them. They are about 4 broad areas. 1, youth elections and participation, readiness to engage in the process. Number 2, what actions forward should be taken in light of what some people feel is the exhaustion of a template that perhaps is tired or has now become monotonous. We also have a question here for you from us as co-moderators here. What lessons should Ugandans draw from South Africa, Kenya, Sudan, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, where people power has surged to the fore against repressive regimes? And finally, for now, public discourse in Uganda is now rife with the divisive questions of ethnicity, social class, religion, which have been used for divisive purposes. What is your take on this delicate but very real issue? These questions fall largely on you, Honorable Chagulanyi, but your colleagues could come in and assist with responses. Over to you. I hate to be Stalinist about this and give you just 6 minutes to give a response. Honorable.
Thank you very much, Brother Andrew. I've listened keenly with pain to all the speakers, and I'll endeavor to fit within the time allocated to me. Largely, we tend to be shining a light on the plight most of the times, which makes us sound like crybabies. But before you solve a problem, it's important to repeatedly state it to the people so that they can understand that is the problem. I'm glad that everybody understands the problem, and now they're tired of speaking about the problem. They want a way forward. In my humble perspective, number one, the first step to a solution is to realize we must realize that we are on our own. We, the people of Uganda, are on our own. You've seen what is happening. You saw how people were moved, those who matter and those who think they don't matter. You've seen the response and attention given to it by our leaders, the cultural leaders, the religious leaders, and very unfortunately, we got also a tragedy that made us realize that actually these people are attentive on what's going on in the country. They just choose what to respond to. So we must realize that we are on our own. Having realized that we are on our own, we must unite. All of us that are affected by what's going on in our country, we must unite. This is not an NUP issue. We might be taking the lead, but everybody is a potential victim here. So we must unite against evil that affects all of us. Having united, then realize also the situation at play in Uganda. While everybody is saying hit the streets tomorrow, NUP organize this and that, we must understand that unlike Kenya or Europe, unlike Europe or even Kenya here, where people have the little liberty to go to the street, our people are still healing from the disastrous memory of the 18th and 19th of November 2020, where the Museveni military unleashed terror on the people of Uganda and killed many. So people want to come out, but also are cautious in many ways. So my call is constant. Rise up and take action in your possible way, in your in your ability. Act in your numerous abilities. Those that can go to the streets, please do that as soon as now. Others that can protest in various ways, please go ahead right now. You saw that we were supposed to yesterday we were supposed to address a press, but the SFC surrounded our headquarters, blocking us from even addressing a press conference or even gathering. As we speak right now, You see that we had to be hosted by NUP diaspora because our internet is constantly being messed with. That is where we are. However, we must fight back in any possible way. Brothers and sisters, you don't need permission to fight back against evil. I hate to hear people ask me to give an order. You don't need my order. I'm your fellow victim. However, if I must remind you, you have the permission and right. You don't need permission from anybody to fight back in any possible way. I must tell you, my brothers and my sisters, it is different ways that are going to do. Of course, I constantly say we do it non-violently, at least for us. Yes, Museveni and his friends picked guns. And if a group of young people today asked for my advice on that, I would say I cannot encourage you, but I cannot stop you either. This is time to fight for our liberty by any means necessary. We choose non-violence because we know that by doing that, we are denying Museveni justification to murder us. We've asked leaders to lead in different ways, and yes, they're doing it in different ways. I must also add that in Kenya, the Gen Z succeeded because they came off as leaderless. They did not tag their protest to anybody. And they also did not have any particular place that the regime did not know where to stop them. So we must be fluid. We must do it different because the regime is convinced that when they surround Bobi Wine's home or surround the homes of those that they expect to lead the action, then they will thwart it. We have to do it different. I've told the people of Uganda that any one of you can be a Chagula and you know exactly what to do. Go ahead and do it. You will be followed because everybody has had enough of this regime. They won't know who to stop. Do what you can and do all you can. You can start small, but be sure that when you start where you are with what you are, it will go on and on and on, and they won't know how to stop you. I must also advise brothers and sisters not to fall into the trap of tribalism. Museveni and his regime have survived by dividing us along tribal lines, whereby if you are convinced that Museveni is looking out for your own tribe, then you're going to be blind to the impunity. You're going to be blind to the corruption until it kills you. So don't fall in the trap of corruption. I know many people are banning, especially those that are not Banyankole. But I want you, my brothers and sisters, to know that this is not Banyankole versus the rest of Uganda. This is the Museveni family against the rest of Ugandans. He is trying to put the good people of Ankole into harm's way by posing as if he is torturing on their behalf, as if he's killing on their behalf, as if he's stealing on their behalf. And we must resist that. We must resist that because unity is a weapon that he wants to snatch out of our hands. I want in the same breath to call upon my Banyankole brothers and sisters to disassociate themselves with this evil that Museveni's son is using to misrepresent you. Please disassociate with that tribalism because that's not who you are. I want to call upon the elders, the leaders, religious and traditional leaders, to raise their voice in such a sensitive time. And I don't know, I know we have brothers and sisters that are online here. I don't know, Andrew, if you will allow me to brief this in Luganda just for our local people down here.
Please go ahead.
Yes, neyanza sebo neyanzege manyi nti tulinako baganda baffe bangi nnyo Jamshidi tankubye kaama naye manyi kijjamukolera bwe mbiddamu mu Luganda ne mbitaanya ne ngamba otusinkana ku mikutu nga gino ne twogera ku bizibu byaffe. Ebiseera ebimu abantu ne bagamba tudda ku mikutu kaaba bizibu byaffe kwogera ku bizibu baagala solution. Kirungi nnyo nga tonnatandika kufuna ansa yakuddamu ekizibu n'okiddiŋŋana abantu ne bategeera ekizibu ekiri ate ne bakkiriza nti kizibu kyetaaga okutereeza. Kirungi nnyo nti kati buli munnansi alaba ekizibu ekiri. Ababadde tebannakiraba bakiraba kati gwe kibadde kitanatuukako kimutuuseeko. Kiki tulina okukola? Step esooka kwe kumanya nti tuli ku lwaffe. Mujja kukiraba baganda bange nti olunaku lwaleero bannayuganda muli ku lwammwe. Tonnaba kuwulira maloboozi ge wandisuubidde nti ge galina okusitula okwogera ku nsonga eno eweebola. Kino tekibangawo, kiri unprecedented. Tekibangawo mu nsi yonna ti omuduumizi w'amagye akutta omuntu avuganya owa opposition nga talina musango gwonna gwakoze, naye kubanga tamwagala n'amutulugunya, amagye ne gamwegana, naye n'avaayo namukuba n'ekifaananyi ng'ali bwereere n'agamba wuuno mukole kye mwagala. So ekyo kitulage nti tuli ku lwaffe. Bw'oba tonnaba kuwulira maloboozi mangi nnyo agava mu bakulembeze ab'eddiini n'ab'ennono, then tumanye nti tuli ku lwaffe. Kitegeeza ki? Kitegeeza nti tulina okwegatta. Ffenna tulina okwegatta, kubanga okwegatta ge maanyi. Buli muntu yenna yenna ali mu bulabe, so tulina okwegatta. Era mu kwegatta kuno njagala nnyo tuleme kwegatta nti kino kibiina kya NUP, eno ensonga si ya NUP, eno ensonga ya buli munnayuganda yenna. Oba oli Muganda, oba oli Muteesa, oba oli Mukyoli, oba oli Munyankole, wenna kisobola okutuukako. Oba oli wa NUP oba toli, oba oli wa opposition oba toli, kisobola okutuukako. So eno ensonga tugitunulire nga bannayuganda ffenna. Ate n'ekirala, bw'oba olabye ekikyamu, teweetaaga lukusa lwa Kyagulanyi. Sikulimbira kugamba nti Kyagulanyi vaayo tulagire, balagire okulaba ebikyamu mbiraba. Then buli omu osobola okukola ky'osobola okukola era mu kikole. Tetulinga Kenya gy'osobola okuvaayo n'otandika kwekalakaasa mu ddembe, kubanga bano abasajja mu butiitizi bwabwe babeera batutunulidde. Naye tusobola okukozesa engeri zaffe ez'enjawulo eziri creative. Kitandikira ku internet ne kivaayo ne kidda ku street, mu ngeri zonna ez'enjawulo. Musobola okukozesa engeri eziri creative kuno okwerwanako. Mbeera nkiddingana nti tetukozesa violence, wabula ate era sigamba nti abaagala okwerwanako mu ngeri yonna okwetaasa ebikolobero ebibakolebwako nti mbagane buli omu wa ddembe okulwanirira obulamu bwe. Ekya succeeding abantu b'e Kenya, kubanga gavumenti yaabwe teyali ng'egenda gamba nti kati tugende ku kitebe ky'abano. No, abantu baasituka mu nsonda ez'enjawulo nga tebalina bwe babastopinga. Ebiseera bingi nnyo gavumenti ya Mwami Museveni baba bamanyi bwe tusiibako ekitebe kya NUP nosibira ne Kyagulanyi ewuwe tuba tubistopinze. Ku mulundi guno temukitwala nga kya NUP, wabula kya buli munnayuganda asobola okwerwanako mu ngeri ye. Musobola okutandika empola ne kigenda nga kikula. Osobola okukola ky'olina, oba oli ku social media oba oli ku street, wonna w'oli mu Uganda n'okwetoola ebitundu eby'enjawulo byonna. Buli omu n'akola ky'asobola. Naye njagala basaba baganda bange temugwa mu katego k'okubasosola mu mawanga, kubanga Museveni buli wakola ebikolobero afuna babyambaza. Kakati mutabani wa Museveni ebikolobero bye ayagala byambaza Abanyankole. Luno si lutalo wakati w'Abanyankole n'amawanga amalala mu Uganda. Luno lutalo wakati wa Museveni, mutabani we ne bannayuganda bonna. Era n'Abanyankole babonaabona nga bannayuganda abalala bonna. Temukkiriza akakundi ak'abantu abatono okasiiga tribe yonna kuba anoonya bakisiiga. Ayagala okuteekawo ekifaananyi nti abba mu linnya ly'Abanyankole, bw'atemula mu linnya ly'Abanyankole. Temukkiriza muntu yenna baawula. Nsaba ne baganda baffe Abanyankole abalina emyoyo emirungi baveeyo beesambe ebikolobero Mwami Museveni ne mutabani we bibakola. Mutabani wa Museveni bw'agamba nti ali mu kutulugunya abantu kubanga abayigiriza Lunyankole, abanga agezaako okuleeta mentality ya genocide, abanga agezaako okubambaza ebikolobero bye, abanga agezaako bakyayisa, mbasaba mu byesambe, kubanga ensi bamanyi temuli bantu babi, muli bantu balungi. Temukkiriza muntu yenna basibako matugambuzi kubaliisango. Nsaba n'abakulu ab'amadiini, abakulu ab'ennono ne ba elders, abasajja n'abakyala abakulu baveeyo batangaze ku nsonga eno, eggwanga lyaffe lisigale nga liri wamu. Andrew, you asked me the lessons we learned from Sudan and Kenya. It was not easy to thwart because people came from different directions with different styles. They did not tag it to anybody, and that is why it succeeded. Don't tag this to me. Don't tag this to NUP. Tag it to the people. Let us see people power at work. Thank you very much, Andrew. Hopefully, I've been able to respond to all your questions.
Articulate and spot on. Thank you very much. And also for the translation. I will not provide a translation because you spoke in both languages. Abanyankore kanyisije mwahurra abagira ngo twejura amatu Museveni agakwenda kutusiba hamwe n'umutabani we kwenda kutujwanzya bikoro bibe byakukora abantu abana-Uganda so twena tucejure tukwatanise hamwe na Uganda yona n'abateso n'abarango bona tukwatanise hamwe twenunure nk'ihanga. Thank you very much. The final question will be posed by my wonderful co-moderator, Dr. Judith Nalukwago. Please pose that question. It is to be fielded by Honorable Chagulanyi, and we will bring this to a close thereafter.
All right, thank you so much. My President, I'm going to ask you the last question, and this is a question of hope to Ugandans. I would love you to paint a picture for the audience of the kind of a country you aspire to build, you as a presidential candidate. What do you aspire, the kind of a country you want the rest of the Ugandans to live in?
Thank you very much, Dr. Nalukwago. And before I answer the question, I want to salute you for the activism. I follow you online, you and many other leaders that we have. We have Dr. Morgan, we have Dr. Nambasa, we have Natabi, Margaret, and many of you young people. I must tell you, our generation is proud of you, and we derive so much hope from the works that you do. Now, the kind of Uganda that I envision is the exact Uganda that General Museveni talked about when he was my age. The past few days I've been watching General Museveni talking about the things that are happening, only that he talked about them. He talked about them in 1986. He one time said that he will not preside over a country where people get killed and nobody can tell who killed them. That is the Uganda I want. He said that even if it's your child, when somebody does wrong, somebody has to take responsibility. That's a video that I saw on TikTok just yesterday. Unfortunately, it's not happening now. He talked of a country where when people treat people wrong, especially soldiers, when soldiers torture people, kill people, they have to be punished promptly and adequately. That's the kind of Uganda I envision. Briefly, a Uganda where everybody is equal before and under the law, where institutions work and they perform their functions, where the military is guarding our borders and maintaining security for our country, where the police is guarding people and their property and is a police service, not a police force, where there is justice, justice is not for sale, where justice is served promptly and adequately, where hospitals work, where doctors like yourself are supposed to be in a hospital now treating patients and not on social media fighting for their space to work, where lawyers are given chance to serve and are not used to avert justice, where teachers get paid promptly and do their work, where hospitals work, where roads actually work, where in a Uganda under new leadership, you wouldn't have people have to die, senselessly. Generally, in a new Uganda, your poverty will only end in your house, just like in all other well-developed countries. But when you get out of your house, you will be as rich as any other Ugandan because the common good will be there. The roads will be well, the hospitals will be well, and all that. Unlike today in Uganda, where even if you're rich, your wealth only ends in your house. And when you get out, you're just as poor and as vulnerable as everybody else. We want a country that is not a laughing stock on the world stage, where we have a name, where our natural resources benefit our people, where men and women, boys and girls are equal and have equal opportunity, where opportunities are not given according to the shape of your nose or your second name, but where opportunities are given to everybody, where a citizen is judged by the content of their character, not who their father or their mother is. In a Uganda where everybody has dignity, everybody, where the law serves and protects all citizens equally. That's the kind of country that I envision. And I must tell you, Dr. Nalukwago and Karamaji, that Uganda is easy to achieve. We have Ugandans like yourselves here listening. I know any of you can be a very good leader. We have so many young people, qualified, talented, and patriotic young people that have had to leave our country because the country does not offer what they have. They are first world brains stuck in a third world country. When we take charge, we will get all those people and work together to lift our country to the levels that our country can get to. I know that is possible. We have the human resource, we have the natural resources, and we will get there. In brief, that's the kind of country I envision.
Yeah, very well said. Thank you for that response. It is soon to be breakfast in the Far East. I'd like to appreciate the Indians that I've seen on the space.